Okay, these notes are over dividing polynomials using synthetic division, which I consider the shortcut way. So let me scroll through all the long division. All right, synthetic division. It's going to look kind of weird. It's going to look kind of like reverse division. So I have x squared plus 7x minus 2, and we're dividing it by x minus 2. So first you need to check to see if you can even use synthetic division. And the way that we check is you take what you're dividing by and set it equal to 0. And if you can solve for x in one step, you can use synthetic division. So I can solve for x by just adding 2. So x equals 2. And that took me one step. So I can use synthetic division for this problem. So now to set up synthetic division, you're going to do an upside down division box. So here it is. And you're going to write along the top all the coefficients. So my coefficient for x squared is 1. My next coefficient is 7. And then I have my constant -2. And on the outside, I'm going to put what I'm dividing by, which is a +2. I always divide by what x equals. Divide by what x equals in the divisor. So x equaled 2, so I'm dividing it by +2. Your first step every single time once we get to this point is you're going to bring down your very first number. So the 1 is going to come straight down. And now you're going to multiply. You're going to multiply the 2 times the 1 to get me 2, and you're going to line that up underneath the 7. And then you add going down the column. So 7 plus 2 is 9. Now we multiply again. So 2 times 9 is 18. And then you add going down the column. So -2 plus 18 is 16. This 1, 9, and 16 stand for something. They're your coefficients of your answer now. So to get your variables is you're going to go to your highest degree, which is here at x squared, and you're going to drop it down a degree. So we're going to start off with an x. So this is going to be 1x. It's a +9, so it's going to be +9, and I'm going to drop it down a degree. So I will go from x to a constant to a plus. The 16 is going to be our remainder, so over x minus 2. So you always go to your highest degree, drop it down 1, and that'll go with your very first coefficient, and then from there you're just going to keep dropping down a degree. Your very, very last number should be your remainder. So that's why it's 16 over x minus 2. This just takes lots of practice to get used to. So here I have 3x to the 4th minus x cubed plus 5x minus 1 divided by x plus 2. So first let's see if we can even use synthetic division. So my divisor is x plus 2. So I'm going to set it equal to 0 and see if I can solve for x in one step. All I have to do is subtract 2, and I get that x equals -2, so I am able to use synthetic division. So now I'm going to set up my box, and when I set this up, just like with long division, we're going to make sure not to skip any degrees. So I start off with a 3x to the 4th, so I'm going to have a 3. Then I have a -x cubed, so -1. I'm missing an x squared, so I have to put a 0 in for the x squared. But then I pick back up at 5x, so 5, and then -1. And I'm dividing it by what x equaled, so I'm dividing it by -2. Now that it's set up, always bring your first term straight down. And now we multiply. So -2 times 3 is -6. Then you add going down your column. So -1 plus -6 gives me -7. And then we multiply again. -2 times -7 is 14. Add going down your column. So 0 plus 14 is 14. Multiply again. So -2 times 14 is -28. Add going down. So 5 plus -28 is -23. Multiply again. So -2 times -23 is a +46. And then add going down, -1 plus 46 is 45. These numbers are our coefficients and our remainder, so now we just need to fill it in. So we go to our highest degree, which our highest degree is x to the 4th, and we're going to drop it down 1. So this is going to be 3x cubed. It's a -7, so minus 7x squared plus 14x minus 23 plus the 45 is our remainder, so 45 over x plus 2. So we get 3x cubed minus 7x squared plus 14x minus 23 plus 45 over x plus 2. All right, last one, I have 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 divided by 2x plus 1. So I need to check and see, can I use synthetic division? So 2x plus 1 equals 0. I always take what I'm dividing by and set it equal to 0 to see if I can solve it in one step, I can use synthetic. So I subtract 1, and I get 2x equals -1. And then I have to divide by 2 to get x equals -1/2. So that took me more than one step. So I'm not going to use synthetic division here. I'm going to go ahead and use long division, which we've already talked about. So for long division, set up my box. Inside I have 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Making sure I didn't skip any degrees. And I'm dividing it by 2x plus 1. And I start off by saying 2x times what gives me 4x squared? Well, 2x times 2x gives me 4x squared. And now I need to multiply that back out. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared. And 2x times 1 is positive 2x. We subtract the entire second line. So 4x squared minus 4x squared is 0. Negative 12x minus 2x is negative 14x. And bring your next term down. So I have negative 14x plus 9. And now I'm going to start the process over again. So 2x times what gives me negative 14x? Well, that's negative 7. So negative 7 times 2x is negative 14x. And negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. I'm subtracting that line now. So negative 14x minus negative 14x is 0. And 9 minus negative 7 is positive 16. I have nothing else to bring down, so that 16 is going to be my remainder. So plus 16 over 2x plus 1. So I get 2x minus 7 plus 16 over 2x plus 1. And that is it for synthetic division and a little bit of long division.